Paolo, thanks for joining the Everyday Innovators.
Thank you for inviting me.
Glad we have a chance to talk because this topic has come up many times this year for me. You have a book called Scrum for Hardware, and I went out and asked a few people about this problem I kept running into, which was organizations that are involved in doing both. They're doing some hardware components, some software components, often the integration, and wanting to add agility to that process, be able to do things faster, run experiments through it and the like. And so I talked to a few people about, how do we do this? And you were mentioned and your book was mentioned, and delighted to dive into this now with you.
Awesome.
So what are the factors that are really, that you've been hearing, you've been working with, that are driving this push to incorporate Scrum into hardware projects?
So in 3 words, it's the fourth industrial revolution. Meaning that we are going through some big changes in the industry, also in the society, to be honest. Well, the definition of the fourth industrial revolution is not the big fish eating the small fish, but is the fast fish who eats the slow fish. So the thing is, the time to market, the ability to go quickly on a market and validate business ideas is going to be every day more critical and really a key success factor.
Yeah, the market is something I hear a lot.
Exactly.
People are wanting to get first figure out something that they think is going to be successful in the marketplace faster, right? Do that validation work, and then get it out to market faster.
Yeah, and another element is that in the third industrial revolution, we considered the innovation as a competitive advantage, because once a company could innovate, they could get some advantage towards competitors. Today, the problem is that the one that don't innovate, they might die.
Right.
But the one who innovate, they don't just have an advantage, because everybody is innovating every day. So the innovation that in the past was something like, well, we have some departments doing some R&D and research. Now we need the company to have innovation incorporated into daily process, because innovation needs to be constant and considered something normal. It's not something that can be opportunistic like in the past. And together with that, we have the user expectation every day going higher. So we have some market, for example, in consumers like mobile phone, smartphone, that they are raising up the customer expectation. And so the people that experience this incredible high user experience, then they expect the same level of user experience and user delightment, we would say, also in other areas that you weren't expecting. So you see furniture that traditionally, like the dishwasher or the washing machine, that in the past was something very easy and not high-tech, because what the typical user wasn't really technological, that today they go is on Wi-Fi, they have apps and so on. So, and also the so-called B2B market, So also they tend to have this increasing expectation from user that creates the need to have a constant feedback loop and improve constantly the way you do stuff. So altogether, there are the good elements that make Scrum a good way to approach all these challenges in a single way.
Okay, so a lot of pressures there, really all kind of are conspiring together to get a new product to market faster, right? So changes in the competitive environment, everyone's innovating, user preferences for the same reasons are changing more quickly, and our consumers tend to have higher expectations faster, and companies are trying to respond to that. And that innovation, I'm on the same page with you, that innovation needs to be a characteristic of the entire culture of the organization, not just left up to a group. But the challenge is most organizations really struggle with that, right? It's, when I look at the surveys and I talk to some of the people involved in this work, it's like 97% of CEOs put innovation near the top of the list, if not the top of the list of things that they need to do and things that they think they're good at, frankly. And then it's under 10% of organizations that are actually have a process in place as part of the culture, and they're actually good at it. There's a break there. So we need good tools like this.